Welcome back to another Bertopia podcast. Today, I'm joined by none other than DJ Smathers, my roommate. So this podcast was really easy to put together. I just kind of grabbed a laptop, camera, a microphone, and we set up right here in our dining area, which I think this is actually probably the first time we've ever sat at this table.
Yeah. No chairs. No, real shaky.
We got our coffee going. It's almost lunchtime, but we're just now getting our morning started. Oh, wow. I just kind of maxed out that speaker. My apologies. I'm sorry. All right, so where do I want to start? Well, we both grew up in Grove City.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really get to know each other until probably just at the end of high school.
It was like at the end of high school, but I had met you in like middle school.
I don't remember.
No, I don't even think you liked me that much, to be honest. Because I think I made a shitty joke.
Probably.
At literally everyone's expense, and I think I kind of didn't do myself any favors there.
Right. We were in what, middle school? That happens.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's funny. Everything's that's what she said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and your mom.
Yeah. I thought violence was funny in middle school.
Speaking of your mom is great. I haven't seen her a lot or spent very much time with her, but what little time we have spent partying at your house growing up was always a blessing.
My friends usually love my mom.
Yeah, and her yelling at you not to do dumb things, and then you proceeding to do those dumb things.
You're talking about the pool thing, right?
Maybe, among other things.
The pool thing and throwing shit into the ceiling fan.
Yeah,
I remember that night I was throwing like cans.
Yeah, that's what it
watching them
was.
Fly.
Yeah,
and
she was sitting in your dining room.
She's laughing, telling me to stop, so she's not really telling me to stop. You know what I mean? So I kept throwing the cans, and then I threw a purse.
And that's when she drew the line.
And it hooked. No, she drew the line when I picked up a wine wine bottle.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room was like, no.
Yeah, that got you going.
Yeah. I was in a destructive mood.
I believe it's this shitty Mac, but we are starting to overheat.
You want me to do something?
No, I'm just scooting it away from the mic so they don't pick it up as much.
Tell me what to do, wizard.
The Wizard of Oz has come to save us. I'm actually gonna do a hasty midstream repair. I'm sorry for all you headphone users. We're gonna pick this mic up. Hopefully trying to isolate it from the sound.
Is it telling you, like, on your thing?
Yeah, I can see, like, the audio volumes.
Technology's wonderful.
Yeah, isn't it? It's great. And
wish I knew how to fucking use it.
I'm going to minimize
but I never do.
Well, that's what I'm here for, man. I'm your
my own personal IT guy.
Yeah, I'm your in-house geek squad. Except for way better, and I don't charge you as much.
You should do that, like, side jobs like that. Make like $50.
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because when it comes to tech stuff, I'm going to tell you my secret. My secret is a place called www.google.com. Alright? From there, you just...
but you can ferret through all that information and you understand all that info. Like, so say I Googled like a manual for an audiovisual thing.
Right.
Half the terminology on that motherfucker is going to get Googled in separate tabs just so I can read a paragraph. You know what I mean? So, I don't see why...
That's all I'm doing anyway. It's
yeah.
Just, I type faster. I don't know.
I'm just saying, you've already learned all this shit. And
yeah, because...
also practiced most of it.
Most of it's because I've always been, what I like to call a techie on a budget.
Yeah.
I have to make do with the cheapest thing possible, and the cheapest thing possible doesn't always work well with other cheapest things possible, so I gotta kind of make them work.
I love it when you go into your little box of saved chords.
Yeah, just like ripping things out. Like,
I found it. It works.
I'm like, I know it's in there. I've seen there was a webcam in there somewhere. We never did find that webcam. I have no idea where that was.
You had a webcam?
There was one.
Is that what you were looking for? One?
Yeah, that's when Brittany and I were like destroying the living room looking for it the other day.
I mean, whenever you're looking for anything in those boxes, I'm like, oh, what is it now?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there. Like I've got like I don't know if you ever looked inside of my PC because it sits underneath the desk.
I think you showed me one time.
But every single one of the cables in there are sleeved in like a red fabric.
Okay.
And I've got a whole bunch of extra sets of those cables in there in case they ever like go bad.
So why are they sleeved? What's the point of that?
Because it looks sexy as fuck. And it's extra protection from like rubbing. So like say if one of those things ended up resting up against the fan, it'll make it last a little bit longer.
Does it make the coating get scratched up? Or
Yeah, it just well, mostly for looks though.
Yeah.
That's what I spent I think $80 in the kit for. For looks. Because I got what's called a modular power supply. So rather than all the cables being soldered to the board, they all have their own ports.
Yeah.
So I only plug in what I need to use.
That's good. Does that help you manage power more or anything like that? Is it like more?
Kind of, but not really. If nothing's plugged in, it's not using power.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general. But I'm
even
saying,
with a regular power supply.
Say, but like having three things plugged in is using less than. Is this a stupid question? You're looking at me like it's a stupid question.
Well, it depends on where it goes next. But
I'm bailing.
You're going to bail on that question. No, I mean, no. It's going to use however much power the components that are plugged into it uses. So if I have like a top-end graphics card only, it's going to use more power than say a guy who's got like a medium-grade graphics card and like 300 feet of LEDs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That graphics card's going to pull a lot of heat. I mean, but the reason why the modulars are nice is I don't have to worry about tucking all those extra cables that I'm not using.
Yeah.
I can just unplug them on a modular and just don't use them. So it allows me to make cable managing a lot easier so everything looks nice. Everything's not a rat's nest of cables.
Yeah.
Which I still need to go in and redo. That PC needs to be rebuilt. It needs to go up to version 4.
I'll tell you what, man. At my job, talk about rat's nest. Columbus. I don't know how anyone feels safe from fires in Columbus. Fucking, I'll go into a building, and it'll be like just your typical old Columbus building, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk in there and be like, I need to see your fire panel, blah, blah, blah. They take me down to their fire panel. It's usually in a fucking basement, which has dirt for the floor. You know what I mean? Shit's
German
full,
village.
like, there's like...
Looking at you, German village.
Yeah. Italian village too, you fucking watch.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're right next to each other, aren't they?
Huh? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
I probably call them both the same.
But, what was I going to say?
Dirt floors, basements.
Yeah, so you get in there, and, fuck, what's I saying? Oh, yeah, you just open these panels, and they're, like, from the 70s.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, looking at it, like, how...
Does this work?
Like, even, like, the NAC circuits and all that shit it's mislabeled, and I'm just like, fucking... I want to eat a revolver right now. Yeah. So there's that, and then, like, the way they, like, hang... Like, I saw a smoke detector literally hanging from a string one time, and I was like, yeah, that's efficient. That's how that's supposed to be.
Yeah, the smoke will fill the whole roof, the attic first, because it's going to go through that hole, and then it's going to come down. And then, when the house is half full of smoke, it'll let you know. It'll let you know you're going to die shortly, and not, like, eventually.
And some of the things in, like, fire code and stuff, just because it's what I do for a living, like, I sit there, I was, like, thinking about it, and I was like, so a lot of shit seems like you're going to be letting stuff burn for quite a while before any of this stuff activates.
Right. And
I feel like that's not good. I feel like it should all activate instantly.
It's a little too late at that point. If things are burning, it's too late.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab my vape, but you can keep talking.
Oh. Am I manning the ship right now?
I mean, I'm not going far.
I know. Just talking shit.
We're fast over here. Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to do that too close to the mic, alright? Might be able to smell that shit.
So, like, you said you did, like, electrical stuff in the Marines, right?
Yeah, so I was a radio repairman. So they trained me to, like, read circuit diagrams, diagnose circuits, replace components on circuits, all that stuff. And then they were like, alright, you're going to go to Max 2 COM and Cherry Point. I'm like,
that's not that kind of unit, right?
Right, exactly. I'm like, we're an air control squadron. Why the fuck are we using green gear? So I show up there, and they make me second echelon maintenance tech, which means I can't open the equipment. I can't do anything but decide if it's operator error or not, and send it off to the real techs. Send it to Almaco.
That would aggravate me.
Oh, it did. So I ended up becoming... So it was one of those typical Marine Corps things where, like, they show you all of the things that you should know, but all the things you need to know, they'll be like, oh, you're going to learn that at your first post.
Oh, they always do that.
You'll learn it at your first post.
So annoying.
There's a whole entire system that the Marine Corps uses called GCSS.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And that does it for maintenance, too.
Really?
We didn't go over a single minute of that in the 11 months that I spent in 29 Palms. Or like 8 or 9 months, right? And guess what? The only thing I did while I was at Max 2 Com was?
Fuck with GSS.
Fuck with GCSS.
GCSS.
Make work orders, set up freaking floats so we could do one-for-one swaps. Because what we do is I pile up all the broken shit in my own POV, which is...
not okay.
Not okay.
Yeah.
But nobody had a Humvee license, so fuck it. And then I would drive all the way to Lejeune, because that's where Almaco was.
Dude, you drove to Lejeune?
Yeah, with green gear in the car.
How long did that take you?
That's like a 30-minute drive from Cherry Point.
Oh, this is Cherry Point. I
Yeah.
was thinking,
Like,
California.
oh,
I was
no.
like, what?
Why are you driving your POV
I was
across
like,
the country?
why? Yeah, what the?
No. I'm going from
like, did
Cherry
you get-
Point, North Carolina to Lejeune, North
Did you
Carolina.
get a hotel? Did you get per diem?
Right,
Yeah,
no.
all these things.
No, they didn't even pay me for gas, those fuckers.
Oh, well, it's
I should
Marine
have forced
Corps.
them to put a radio operator behind the wheel of a Humvee and take my ass over there, but...
They would make us drive ours all the time.
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they pay my paycheck, so I guess I can give them a little bit of gas. Whatever. It was an excuse for me to, one, drive my car during work hours, because I didn't care, and I was in my Genesis Coupe.
Oh, yeah, so you were...
And it's back roads
driving
the whole
like an
way.
asshole
Oh,
everywhere.
fuck yeah. With fucking crypto-enabled devices in the back of them.
I don't know how they let that happen. That's...
I don't know either, but whatever. So I'd go over there and we'd do one-for-one swap. So I'd take them something, I'm like, this is broken. Like, it will not take a key. And they would hand me a one that works. We verify that it works, and then I'd put it in my car, and then I would drive back to the freaking Cherry Point. But sometimes, by the time I would get everything in the car and I would head that way, I would get to Lejeune at chow time, like 11 o'clock. And I was like, well, fuck. And I'd always try and get, like, one of my buddies to come with me. Usually it was Fairman.
Yeah.
And so Fairman and I would go over to the PX, and we would take turns. I'd go inside, get something from Panda Express, then come back. He'd go inside, get something.
Because you're not leaving the crypto.
Yeah, we can't leave the crypto just chilling there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we would be able to get there before chow, and they would take the gear, and they'd be like, all right, come back after chow, we'll give you your...
Dude, you should have hit me up, because I would have been able to tell you that if you went to French Creek, they had to drive through Chow Hall.
Well, I didn't go to the chow hall. I went to
you
the
just
PX.
went to the
All right,
PX.
I wanted to go to the mini mall, all right?
I would have just went through, like, McDonald's.
Fuck that. There's nothing on Cherry Point.
Oh, this is Cherry Point.
Well, no.
Taking Lejeune.
Yeah, I'm going Cherry Point to Lejeune. So when I'm at Lejeune, that means I've got Panda Express. I've got fucking...
Yeah,
that-
but on Lejeune there are drive-thrus, is what I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. But, all right, I want to walk around the PX.
I want Panda Express.
I want a real PX experience.
I want
right?
Panda Express, or I want fucking nothing.
Right. And they also had, like, a really good pizza place there, too, in that food court.
I know what you're
They
talking
did some
about.
bomb-ass calzones. But, yeah. And I remember one day, it was Fairman and I, right? And we pull up into the PX. We just dropped off the radios. We're coming back after chow to pick up the new radios. And we pull up, we park, and I'm getting out of my car, and sure as shit, my gunny pulls up right next to me. Like, our gunny.
Okay.
Pulls up right next to me, and he gets out of the car with his wife, and he stops and he looks at us. And we stop and we look at him, and Fairman panics, and he goes, Bert had to poop. he didn't know what to do, because, like, we're supposed to be dropping radios off, grabbing radios, coming back to Cherry Point. We're not supposed to be fucking around, going to GameStop, which I did all the time. Because Lejeune had a GameStop on base. Cherry Point didn't have that shit. Bullshit. 29 Palms had a fucking GameStop. 29 Palms can get a GameStop. Cherry Point can get a GameStop.
How long were you at Cherry Point altogether?
2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
I went to that base to do, like, ranges, and I went... we did a field op that was, like, 2 weeks long with MARSOC, and a lot of that was on Cherry Point's field op areas, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, we would go do that. I think that was Cherry Point. That might have been Stone Bay. I'm not sure. I thought Stone Bay was on Cherry Point. Either way, boring as shit, Cherry Point.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally an airfield.
Yeah, it's just an airfield, and on main side, you've got... There's, like, a Chinese restaurant. There's a Five Guys, which that was dope. There's a McDonald's.
That's it.
You know, probably, like, one or two other little places.
The
but
end.
Nothing.
That's kind of how Quantico was. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been there.
Yeah.
So, like, you know that little...
They've got like a
that
subway.
civilians can just take a train to.
Yeah.
And they're on
Oh,
base.
no, I came back from a mission via train.
See, I never understood that. Because I was like, our whole thing...
But I mean, they check your ID when you get off of the train.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, I know.
Are they checking your bag for C4?
No.
What if you're on the train and you decide to clack a vest?
Yeah, because you're in the middle of base.
Yeah. Oh, hey, tons of Marines and civilians right here. Boom. Everyone's gone. Like, there's no way. There's got to be some security measure I don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, there was
There's
like a
no
Saturday morning.
Huh?
There was like a Saturday morning. I mean, I don't remember, dude. I slept most of the way because we took a train all the way from New York to Quantico.
How long did that take, by the way?
Fucking ever.
Was it like 4 hours?
No, it was like 8.
Are you serious?
Like, yeah, it was a long time.
A day? I've never been on a day-long train ride.
Dude, it was... Well, it wasn't a day long. All right, we got on the train at like 3 a.m. We ended up in Quantico around like 10 or 11.
Did they stop for lunch or some shit?
There's a food cart in the back.
No. I mean, the person driving the train.
No.
Like, did he just stop for whatever reason? Like,
No. They only stop at stations.
I know,
For all I know, they could swap out or they switch with some guy. But there's a food cart in the far back where there's like a mini like cafeteria and.
Well, I meant in general because it took him so long to get there. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like he can eat and drive. It's not like he can go off the road.
I know. I was really making a joke.
Oh,
but, Jesus.
I don't know.
But
right over my head.
Was it? I didn't drive. I rode in a train from like Venice to Rome.
Right.
And it was only like 4 hours.
Oh, this train was slow as shit.
That's ridiculous.
It was slow. Because what happened is we landed in New York coming back from Tbilisi, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hey, your flight's been canceled. We got you guys on the same flight, same time tomorrow. And we're like, all right, cool. You going to comp us a hotel room? Because you canceled our flight. And they're like, no, we don't do that. Like, what? What do you mean you don't do that?
Yes, you do.
Like, you're supposed to do that. Like, no, there's a huge flight. We can't get hotel rooms for all these people. There's no availability. We're in New York. And I'm like...
So I'm just fucked.
And
yeah.
like, yep. Like, all right, cool. So we're trying to get a hold... Because it's like... I think we landed at like midnight. Or like 11 a.m. on a Friday. So we're trying to get a hold of command at IMSA. Like, hey, we're stuck here for a day. Like, can we rent a car and just drive back? We're not that far away. Like, why can't we just rent a car and drive back? They're like, oh, well, it's after hours. You guys can't drive after hours. So, yeah, but we just got off a freaking 16-hour flight. We're all well rested.
Yeah.
We all slept that whole flight. Why can't we drive? Oh, it's nighttime. You can't. There's no driving at nighttime.
When did that fucking rule happen?
Like, what? They're like, no, it's just some freaking staff sergeant who doesn't want to piss off the CO. I call him and be like, hey, I know how you feel about Marines driving at night, or how the Marine Corps feels about Marines driving at night, but do you want to allow Marines to literally drive through the night to get back to base?
Was that always a rule that I just didn't know about?
Yeah, like whenever you like sign your, whenever you go on like extended liberty, like a 9672, you literally have to say, I will not drive during the hours of like, I think 11 to 6 a.m. or some shit like that.
Jesus Christ.
Like, you're not supposed to... I mean, I would drive through the night all the fucking time.
I mean, yeah, that seems like a stupid...
But technically, per the Marine Corps shit, like, you're not supposed to drive, like, overnight, through the night. Doesn't make any sense. Even though there would literally be a car full of Marines that we could cycle drivers through no matter what.
I would have said fuck them and done it anyway.
We can't, because we have to use the government travel charge card in order to rent the car.
I would have used my own money, is what I'm saying.
No, so what we ended up doing is...
I want to sleep in a bed tonight.
So we ended up looking at train tickets. Like, there's a train that goes to Quantico, and it leaves at 2 a.m. from Central Station.
Oh, fair enough. There you go.
So we were like, that gives us like 3 hours to fuck around in New York and get to this train. And so the command was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And mine was the only government travel charge card that worked.
Didn't you get, like, shithoused on the train back?
I didn't. But 2 of the other Marines did. It was Paige and... I can't remember his name. But it was pretty funny because they needed my help to open the first bottle, I think. And I did a really good job at opening it. Because they didn't have a cork... They didn't have a
like
bottle
wine,
opener. Yeah, it was like Georgian wine. Like, they bought it while we were in Georgia.
Yeah.
And so, like, I got the first one out pretty good. And then they brought me a second one, and the cork on that one wasn't as good. But they were already blasted by that point. Like they
Really?
like Russell, that was his name. Russell had bought like I think 3 or 4 bottles of wine, and they were able to get their first 2 open without my help. And so I opened the 3rd one for them, and then the 4th one I ended up I had to like tear the cork out piece by piece.
Oh, you
so
probably
some-
chewed it up, huh?
Yeah, some pieces fell in there, but I couldn't tell because it was pitch black on the train. So I gave it to them, and they were like, ugh, "What the fuck, man? There's cork in here." They're like, "Ah, fuck it." They just kept drinking it, even though there's
just
cork
because
in it.
there's a little bit of pulp doesn't
Yeah.
mean you don't drink the juice.
Yeah. So they
Ge-
were trash to the point where they almost got kicked off the train.
They got the wine in Georgia.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's in the Middle East, right? Georgia's in the Middle East.
No,
Where's
it's like Europe, Eastern Europe.
Is it a little bit too far north? I'm not sure. Hold on.
Yeah.
Computer break.
Right. Let's look that up.
Images.
Country.
It's right above Turkey, so yeah, it's closer.
It's like a
Actually,
Slavic country.
closer to fucking like Russia.
Yeah, it's like a Slavic country. So yeah, really good wine.
Well, my question was gonna be if it's in like the North Middle East. I'm surprised they have alcohol.
Right.
Is
No.
why.
No. Like we were. Well, they. I'm not gonna name names, but a couple people were getting drunk like every night during that mission.
I mean, if you can.
Right.
You
You
know
can
what I mean?
go for it. I don't care. But I was spending my whole time sitting in my hotel room playing PUBG with the boys back home.
I mean, do what makes you happy, man. That's what I say.
But I tell you, that was like one of the weirdest hotels I'd ever been in because the room was so fucking colorful. Like, it was like some weird, like, ultra modernism. Like, all the mirrors were round and shaped like little drops and shit. It
Really?
It was really weird.
How long? So that was like what, a month for you?
Nah, it was a VIP.
I don't know. I've never did one.
No, it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay.
But they had breakfast every morning, and it was a buffet style breakfast. So I just go downstairs and I'm just like,
See, you got all the good missions.
well, I got all the semi fun ones.
That's awesome though. Like, I did one, and they're like, "Hey, see that broom closet? That's where you're sleeping."
Yeah, Hamilton had one of those.
And they're like, also, this man who takes up a lot of space because he's fucking huge is
Hamilton.
sleeping in there with you.
Hamilton.
And so I have a picture of it. I'll have to find and show you sometime. But it's literally just a closet with 2 racks in it, and all of our shit just piled up in the
Is
back.
that in Africa?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Nairobi. It was in Kenya.
We'll have to check with Hamilton, but I know he went on a mission to Africa, and he sent me a very similar picture.
Well, so when we were out there, it was Al-Shabaab was the main threat that we were worried about. But I feel like they had done an MSOW deployment there before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I mean, they would talk shit on the radio, like, we're going to do it today. And it'd be like hour 6 on the roof. I'm like, please, do something.
Fucking bored!
I've been looking at the same bird. Yeah. I mean, they would, honestly, they wouldn't have done anything just because of all the bodies that we had there.
Right.
But, what was I going to say? So there's that one. And before that, Thailand, we were all sleeping in cubicles in an office place. And we would hang sheets, which is definitely not... I've slept way worse in my life, so I'm not complaining. It's just funny that...
Right.
Then I get back, and my buddy just went on a mission where he's staying in, like, a 5-star hotel guarding... I think it was, like, Hillary Clinton at the time or something like that.
That's right, she was the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not a fan either.
I'm not, no. I mean, I'm sure it's cool. Like, the position, have anything to do with the position is great. Like, I know that I got to meet the last 2 Secretaries of State.
Yeah.
And even, I know nothing about them. I know absolutely
Yeah, I'm
nothing
not
about
political at all.
them. I'm not very political at all either. But it was still cool to have met that person that influential in our country. So, and the same thing with, like, the Vice President. Like, I know some people have quarrels with his policy, but the fact is that me, a kid who grew up in Grove City, got to shake the hand of the Vice President of the United States.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
That's pretty freaking dope.
I met Biden. I met Biden, and he shook my hand. He squeezed the shit out of my hand. I was like,
Did you
"Fuck,
whisper
Joe."
sweet nothings in
I
your
was
ear?
like, "Calm down, dude." And then his
Trying to
wife,
flex on me?
and then his wife like went to like hug me, and I was just like, like this.
Frail
I didn't want
lady.
to touch her. Dude, my buddy walked in there, shut the fuck out of Joe's hand, and was like, "Come here, girl." I was like, "Oh man, you're brave, brave dude."
Yeah, screw it, man.
I always got not nervous, but I always really tried to watch my P's and Q's for the most part. But I didn't give a fuck in Ireland at the Marine Corps ball, so we're all taking pictures and shit, and it was actually the ambassador from Kenya was there. And he wanted to take a picture with all the Marines, and I happened to be right next to him, and he put his arm around my back, so I put mine up, and I gave him bunny ears.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the entire room behind me went silent, and the photographer just did this. He was like, no. He wouldn't take the picture.
I think we have a picture...
So I got lucky.
Yeah, from our my first post in Bangladesh when we did the ball. And there was this lady, and she was just like, she's like, "Oh, I love the Marines. You guys are so great. Oh, well, I can't take a picture with all of you." And we're like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, "Do you guys mind holding me up?" We're like, "Sure, why not?" We're all in our blues, and we're just holding this lady like this, and she's just
you can't like breathe anyway.
Sprawled across, and it's like, woo! She smacked my glasses off my face while she was moving. I'm like, really? Really?
I'd like to see that.
My eyes,
smack picture.
my eyes are all watering up. I'm like that meme.
Oh, God.
Michael Jordan. But turns out she was I believe the either Austrian or Australian ambassador's wife.
Was she Australian or Austrian? What was her accent like?
European?
You're the one that talked to her.
I didn't talk to her. She was drunk. I don't know what was accent and what was
Alright,
slurred.
fair enough. I'll give you that.
But it's pretty cool. It's a picture. If you guys go on my Facebook, you'll see it. It's the only
I wonder
picture
if I have my Facebook on here.
of me and a bunch of other Marines in my dress blues holding a woman up, so it's pretty easy to find.
I'm about to look it up right now.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, so let's see. So yeah, here we go. So your dad is the scariest dude in Columbus.
It's what you know what I don't think that, but people act like that, but they also adore him.
Right.
So everybody loves my dad, man.
He's a generous guy.
Oh yeah.
Generous but vengeful.
I think when he was young, he was rowdy. So
Oh yeah.
I think that's what
Kind of have
people
to be.
remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's since mellowed out since he's had how many kids?
Yeah. He's biologically 3.
Okay.
But he kind of took on, like, he was dating a lady for a long time, and we grew up with those kids.
You got close.
Yeah, so he's
Cop
got,
friends.
like, 5,
Okay.
6, 4, but, yeah, so...
5, 6, 4? What?
6 before.
Oh.
But, yeah. Anyways, I can't find that picture of...
Oh, you're going to have to scroll down.
Oh, yeah.
You can't remember this from 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I'm not...
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
First post, remember?
But yeah, that, I'm surprised your dad never ran into mine. Because, I mean, they're both from the same town.
Yeah.
Round about the same age. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So my dad was more of, like, up towards Weber. So kind of like Weber Road.
Well, my dad...
By 71. So, like, north of...
Well, my dad lived in, like, more Columbus, like, Hilltop area, and then he moved to
Right.
Stone Ridge when they were kids, so I'm wondering, like...
Nah, they were two different sides. So if you like thinking of, like, Columbus as a map, like, here is the hilltop. My dad would have been, like, up here.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. I feel like my dad and my uncle, they just kind of were hooligans who like to run around and have fun. Like, they weren't, like, beating kids up in the neighborhood.
Oh, my dad wasn't doing that either. That's pretty much what he was doing. I mean, along the way, I'm sure,
a couple skulls got
I've
broke.
heard some stories, man. It's
Right.
always fun to hear my dad's friends talk about him. You know what I mean?
Great. You want more coffee?
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out too. Let's
Thank you.
go. So how's college going?
Fucking sucks, dude. I'm not a school person, and I pretty much, like, I'm really just doing it because I don't have to pay for it. The GI Bill covers it. So,
What's your degree gonna be in?
Well, I'm in like a business admin degree right now, but I'm really just hanging out there until I figure out like what kind of business degree I want to get. It's like it's the same thing I was doing at Columbus State, where I was like sitting in an Associate of Arts and Science until I could figure out my major.
Arts and science.
It's just a degree program that you chill out in until you figure out what you want to do. What are you looking for?
The coffee grounds? Oh. The microwave. Smart. Oh, look, there's the creamer. Weird.
Isn't it convenient that you're doing this in your house now, your own home, so you can just get up and make coffee whenever you want?
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to like,
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could just get up and just keep talking. I think we'll get it figured out. How long have you been going to school for?
Since I got out, pretty much. Well, I stopped when I first got out. I took a job in Virginia, which I wasn't too happy with, and
I remember that, because that's when you were still in D.C., right?
yeah, I moved back there. I moved to DC.
Oh, so you came home and then you went back?
Yeah, I came home and then I got the job, so I packed my stuff up and I moved up or over there. What are you looking for? Oh, the whip.
Found it. Don't worry about me.
But yeah, I got there. The job paid a lot of money, but compared to like the cost of living in DC and the fact that I was never gonna have time for school,
Pretty
I
much
was like,
it's about the same as what you're doing now.
I was like, this is just another dead end. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I ended up leaving, coming back home, and what was I gonna say? That's when I started school.
Gotcha.
And I've been on and off. Like, when I took the job I'm doing now, I took like a year off so I could learn the job and focus on that. And now I'm pretty comfortable, so now I'm just doing school online, and you know, hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if that piece of paper is worth all this bullshit.
At least you're not paying for it, because that's the worst, is when it's not worth the bullshit, and then now
Yeah.
you're like thousands and thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, I'm waiting until one, I can mature up a little bit more.
You're pretty mature, I think.
Like, maybe like the way I talk, the way I conduct myself, but financially, no, I'm not mature financially.
Yeah, you're an
I'm
impulse
I'm
buyer.
a terrible impulse buyer. Case in point, our new camera that we have for the podcast.
Dude, I watched, I remember I came home one time, I don't know where you were. It was like during the day, but I think it was a Monday, so I think you were off.
Yep.
But I came home and there was just like 3 boxes and they were all heavy. I was like, these are car parts. And I was like, how much money did he spend?
No clue.
So I still have the world map pulled up from when we were talking about where the fuck, what was it? Georgia is? Alright, so made me wonder, what countries have you all been to and where would you like to go next?
Oh, God. Alright. Let's see if I can remember all of it. So I've been to Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Alright.
Quito, Ecuador.
Okay.
Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Ooh, how was that? Were you there for relief? Disaster relief?
Yeah. Dude, you want to talk about sketchy.
Oh, really?
Me, full kit, condition 1, on the roof of the embassy watching the hurricane coming towards the island.
Oh, God.
And you just see all these people running for their fucking lives
That's
past the front of the
crazy.
embassy. And I'm like,
I didn't know you were there for that.
for the hurricane, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And
So,
guess who's over here in the other corner? Hamilton.
so when you were there doing that or whatever, how long were you there, and at what point were you allowed to get off the roof?
We were only on the roofs for like, I want to say like 2 or 3 hours at a time. Like we just kept rotating. It's not like we'd go up on the roof and we'd come down for a little bit, take a break. We were just doing rams. It's not like we were actually actively in like set positions. And we were there we were only stood up for I think like 4 or 5 days. But then the hurricane hit Florida, so we had nowhere to fly back to. So then we were just marooned there for like another 5 or 6 days, and eventually, like the last couple of days, our staff sergeant was like, "All right, you guys can drink," because we had the Marine.
Yeah.
Like you guys can drink, and we were pretty much living in those poor guys' living room. Like, they come downstairs for breakfast, and there I am playing PUBG. freaking dining room. Like, who the fuck is this nerd? But I remember one of our guys got really, I wouldn't say really drunk. He got a little tipsy, and then him and fuck it, I'm just gonna say names. You guys can hate me all you want. I don't care. All right, so Groot got a little drunk, and I don't know all the ins and outs of the story. I know that him and Hamilton got into it, most likely because Hamilton was trying to piss him off and succeeded. Because
yeah, he seems like he's good at that. Probably.
He's so good at that. And then the worst part is he gets mad at me when he succeeds. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, Hamilton. You know what you're trying to do.
He's just testing your resilience.
Yeah, well, I don't have very much resilience. I love you, Hamilton. Regardless.
So, all right. So finish the hurricane thing.
Yeah, so then they got into it, and then Groot just decides he wants to slap the shit out of Hamilton. So he slaps the shit out of Hamilton.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
That's a bad decision.
And I'm over here like, oh, no, they're both.
Oh, is he big too?
He's not as big, but I mean.
But Hamilton's a mastodon.
Yeah, but Groot had that like that dad strength.
Oh,
like
was he older?
He looked a little bit older.
Like old man strength.
Yeah, he's not like old man strength, but I mean, he looked like he was in good shape. Like
a Tarzan.
Like if you think of like an athletic model.
Yeah.
Groot.
His name's Groot?
No, his name's Root. But
oh.
I just realized I've been calling him Groot the whole time. Root. But that was a running joke. It was like, I am Root. Like, because I was like, right.
Oh, I'm sure he hated that.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
Oh, did he?
No.
All right. So he slaps
so he slapped the shit out of him, and then Hamilton was about to go in, but then Benny like jumps in.
Oh, what?
To like try and break him up.
Those people.
And then you just see Root grab Benny and just throw his ass out of the way. Because like Benny's not a little guy either. So these are like the three biggest dudes in the squad, and they're all quarreling in there. And the next biggest guy would probably be King, and he's just sitting on the couch like,
I'm not doing this.
Which I was roommates with King for a while too. I fucking love that dude.
I had a situation similar to that. I went to DC, and we were all in MSOW.
Mm-hmm.
There's two giant dudes, like each of them are like 6 foot something tall. Right? Muscular as shit, big dudes, you know? Mm-hmm. And we go out drinking. It was just the three of us. We went to some clubs. We were hitting on girls and stuff.
Right.
And then his buddy that lived in DC, we met up with him. We were all drinking, whatever, and we all crashed at that dude's apartment, right? So we're walking back to that dude's place. Walking back. And the two big guys start wrestling because they're fucking trashed in the middle of the street in D.C. And they're rolling around on the ground, and I'm just standing there. I think I had like a water or something because I was trying to sober up. And I was like, hey guys, we should probably go. And they fuck each other up a little bit, and they're walking back. And my one buddy, he's got a big ass scrape on his arm, like almost like a chunk a little bit. Like it was a deep scrape. You know? He's like, fuck, I got gravel in my arm and shit. He's like, Smathers, why didn't you stop us? I was like, what the fuck now? I was like,
you fucking two like silverback gorillas over here.
Apes beating the shit out of each other. I'm like, I'm not. And at the time, I wasn't, like, I was super skinny. So I was like, I'm not fucking with you. No. You know what I mean?
Spray some water on
you guys want to, I saw my Snapchat the next morning. At some point, I started drinking again, and then I just on Snapchat was dumping tequila on his fucking wound, and he was like, "Ah, what the fuck, dude!" I think I was trying to clean it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so yeah, then after that, like,
all right, so hold on.
Root went outside.
Yeah,
and then Hamilton, they both calmed down, and they like kissed and made up, and everything was fine. But I still think that Root got away with slapping Hamilton in the fucking face.
Yeah, I would never fuck with Hamilton.
No.
Ever. He's huge.
No, because he and I, also we're in Haiti. Last story, then I'll move on to the next, folks. Our staff sergeant made us, like, because he didn't want us to be stagnant, so as we were, like, sitting there waiting for our maroon to end, he, like, started to come up with some bullshit training for us to do, and we were all getting pissed, because all we wanted to do was sit in the Marine house, drink soda, and watch movies all day. Because we're Marines. What we fucking want to do.
Oh, he's just trying to keep you motivated.
Yeah, well, he's the worst guy to do it because he has a monotone-ass voice. But
hey, man. I'm monotone, all right.
Either way, he was still a cool dude. He let us get away with a lot of fucking shit, and he didn't like work us to the bone like some other
like other douchebags.
Yeah. He kind of asked us to do things that needed to be done, and then just let us to our own devices, which is dope.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you really need to do, man.
Yeah.
Some guys try to go like above and beyond, and I'm like,
Right.
dude, I can appreciate enthusiasm when it doesn't fuck with my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, so no, Hamilton and I, we tried to grapple. Like, he put us against each other, and I'm like, what the fuck? What do you want me to do with this? What do you want me to do with this? Hamilton's like, come here, Bert. Come here, Bert. And he's like trying to get me, but I'm like squirreling out of it. And he finally, I think he eventually just like picked me up by the waist and just threw me out of the circle, and he won.
I mean, that's probably what I would do.
And
if
he's
I had
like,
to wrestle you.
he's like, sorry, friend. He just like picked me up and carried me over there. I'm like kicking and screaming, trying to get his bear hug off.
Dude, imagine if he was an asshole. He'd be a dangerous asshole, though. For real, because he's, first of all, he's a big
Okay,
guy.
first of all, I don't know why you think Hamilton's not an asshole. He's just nice to us.
He's, well, okay, that's all that matters to me.
Just kidding. I love you, Hamilton.
But
But
like,
I've seen you in clubs.
that's mean.
Nah, he's protective of his group, man.
I mean, hey,
he's
good. Dude,
loves his
do you remember
wolf pack.
when we were at the bar and Bryce, he pissed somebody off? I don't remember what he said to the guy or whatever, but the guy was like coming in to get in his face. And me and Hamilton had no idea what was going on, and we just walked up behind him, and he just looked at Hamilton. And he was like, nope,
Nope.
fuck you, and then he left. And then Bryce was like, yeah, I think I made that guy mad. He was just talking shit to me. And I was like, oh.
Well, good thing we walked
Yeah.
up to see what was
Good
going
thing
on.
we have a big blonde dinosaur fucking walking around behind us.
Dude,
What-
I'm just
oh.
waiting for him to watch this podcast. He's just gonna be sitting there stroking his dick, like, ah, yes, I love it when they talk about me.
Dude, so, I'm sorry, it reminded me of a story in Ireland. We all went out. So every year we would do like, thank you,
You're welcome.
sweetheart,
I tried.
in my stolen coffee mug.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah,
if you
sorry,
had to pay
Ryan.
for
I
that.
definitely, I'll pay you for it if I have to. It was an accident. Anyways, what was I gonna say?
Ireland.
Oh yeah, so every year we would do like, an appreciation party for the local guards, right?
Oh, that's cool.
We had 2 local guards there that were Romanian,
Ooh.
and easily the biggest people I've ever met in my life.
Jesus.
One dude's name is Marius. I actually just saw him the last time I was in Ireland because
Oh.
I fucking love that dude. But Marius, and then the other guy I didn't really know that well, so I can't remember his name. But what are you looking for?
The spoon.
You had it last. I put it in your mug. Use your finger.
I gotta get sugar.
Yeah. Just stir with your finger. Don't be a pussy.
First off, no.
So, these guys are huge, man. Like, I'm telling you, his hands were bigger than my head. Like, well, no, that's an exaggeration. But they're fucking huge. You get the point.
Yeah.
And, like, so that's a lot of sugar.
Please stop moving the table.
No. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, to skip a bunch of shit, I get off work and I go to the appreciation party to hang out with them. And my buddy Sinner is there, and he's just shaking his head. And I was like, what? And he points at Marius's big ass, who is finishing an entire bottle of whiskey. And then he goes, I told you I drink a bottle of whiskey, so I drank a bottle of whiskey. And then he went and took another bottle and drank that. And he wasn't even that drunk. And I was like, he kind of reminds me of like Andre the Giant, but like smart. You know what I mean? So he picks me and Sinner up like this, and it's just like, because we were like he liked us the best, I guess. And me and Sinner are like, what do we do? Like, I'm a little concerned.
This man
Sinner's
wanted to kill us.
Sinner's like, I don't know. And then he kissed us on the forehead. And let us go.
Like his cute little twins.
But fast forward throughout that night, him and the guy that's like an inch shorter than him, they're both Romanian. I don't know what the fuck's in the water there, but
Right. Steroids.
yeah, I guess. Anyways, dude, I saw a picture of his wife just as big as him. It's pretty awesome. Their children are gonna be
Vikings.
yeah. Anyways, so we go out to the bar, and like it's literally like 3 Marines, these 2 big ass dudes, another LGF guy who was like a jacked ass bodybuilder type dude.
Right.
And then we get there, and first of all, Marius was just bullying everyone at the bar. Literally.
I
Just
would
bullying.
too.
Like, he bumped into a guy, and the guy was kind of a big dude, like, compared to us.
Right.
And then he looks up at Marius, and I could tell he's nervous, but he's trying to be tough. And Marius is like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, I was just kidding." He's like, "Fuck off." Just pushed him away. And I was like, you can do that. Like, people, you can do that to whoever you want because you're that big. And my one buddy comes up to me, I was, like, finishing a beer, and he's like, "I've just realized that we're definitely the most dangerous people here right now." Mainly because of those two.
Right.
But we were rolling pretty deep. And Marius just kept bullying everyone. Like, everyone at the bar. He's just shoving people out of his way, telling them to fuck off.
He's got to get through. Right? Make fucking room.
You don't stand in the way of trains.
Right?
Huh?
You fucking inconsiderate pricks.
So, anyways, sorry about the tangent, but...
Alright.
So, let's go back to the countries, though.
Okay.
So...
Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Quito, Ecuador.
Ecuador. Haiti.
Haiti.
Alright.
Tbilisi, Georgia.
Georgia.
Then from there, I think it was Seoul, South Korea.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, that was with Hamilton, too. Hamilton... Damn it, I keep talking about fucking Hamilton. We're talking
You
about...
got a fucking crush on him.
We talk about... Of course I do. Alright, if I was gay, I would be gay for Hamilton. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Them big baby
Oh, he's
blues.
gonna fucking...
Oh, dude, he just
jerk
nutted.
off hard.
He just nutted.
Cleaning his fingers off.
Jesus Christ. But no, he went to the... Because the day we got there was the Host Attachments Marine Corps Ball. This is for a VIP.
Okay.
And so Hamilton was like, "Dope, I brought suits because it's a VIP." And so he went down to the ball. And so I was like, all right, cool. Well, I ended up hooking my Xbox up to the hotel TV, connecting it to the hotel Wi-Fi, and I was playing, I think, Warframe. And I played I went to sleep, woke up, started playing Warframe. Mind you, I got a full 8 hours of sleep. I get a knock on the door.
Oh, God, no.
I open it. There's Hamilton.
Yeah.
He's like, "How you doing, buddy?" And Benny's like, "Can you keep an eye on him?" "Sure, come on, buddy." He's like, Can I hang out here for a little bit?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man, come on." So brought him in, and I was like, "If you want, dude, you can lay down on the bed. I don't care." And he like laid down. He's like, "Hey, can you make sure I don't die?" I was like, "I got you, man. I'm gonna be up all day. I'm gonna be playing video games. I'm not going anywhere except for maybe to smoke for a couple minutes at a time. You're good." And which I might have even switched to vaping at that point, because then I never had to leave my room.
God.
And so, for I think another 8 hours, I sat there, played games, and kept looking back at him, making sure that his chest was still rising and falling, while talking to all the boys back home, like, "Oh yeah, Hamilton's just, he's out." And then he woke up, and then we went and got noodles.
Hangover noodles.
It was so good, but so spicy. All the fucking noodles there were spicy as shit.
So, hold on. Alright, we got... It's gonna be out of order. But...
Yeah.
Fuck, what was the one? What was the first one?
Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Stop saying the capitals or whatever
Sorry.
city you were in.
Bangladesh.
Georgia, Haiti, Korea, South Korea. And then what was the last one? Georgia. And that's where Hamilton... Which one was which? Where were you at when Hamilton went comatose in your hotel room?
Oh, that was Korea.
Korea, okay.
And then after that, I went to... I believe that's when I went to Pristina, Kosovo.
Okay.
For an augment. So Kosovo. And then... I can't remember. Oh, then I went to Lima, Peru.
Okay.
For another VIP. And then I went to Amman, Jordan for a VIP. And I believe that was my last one.
Jordan? How was Jordan? Was that boring, or were you like, was it just one of those?
This is a regular VIP. We were only there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We went to like a flea market type area where they sold a whole bunch of Dead Sea stuff, like a bunch of skin products and shit, because our team lead wanted to go there because she wanted to get some stuff for her and her I don't know if they were engaged at the time yet, but her fiance or girlfriend, whichever one it was.
Okay.
But she was chill, like really chill. Like I never I mean, she was always chill, but she was the head of our sister squad. So she took charge of our sister squad.
Why was she running you guys then?
Oh, because they needed people.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of her squad was off, who knows fucking where. And since we're sister squads, and since she only saw me whenever something needed to be done in the shop, because I literally kept to myself, and she was like, "What about Bert?" I don't know why she liked me at all. I have no idea why.
Probably because you didn't cause her any fucking problems.
Probably.
That's usually why they like you.
I don't know why. Yeah, and it was always like I went on, I think, just as many missions with third squad as I did with my own squad. Like third squad took me on more missions than my own squad.
Dude, I kind of I felt like I got screwed just because a lot of people didn't like certain people.
Oh, there's a lot of politics
in my
shit.
squad.
Yeah.
Everyone liked me. Like, I got along with everybody. You know what I mean? I just did my job.
Right.
You know, I didn't... You know, so I got the 2 shitty missions that were like 2 months long each. And then I was there, I think it was stateside. I don't know. Probably like 3 months total. I don't know. I was only there for a year. Whatever time frame that I was randomly there. I know I was there all the winter doing training. And then I did the 2 shitty missions. And then I think I was only there for a few more months. And then they were like, alright, we know we fucked you. What country do you want to go to? And I was like, Ireland. Get me out of here. And they're like, you could stay, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, fuck you. Virginia's cool and all, but the whole point of doing it was to see some shit. You know
I'll tell you what, though. In my outbound brief with the CEO of MSAL, and I know it probably doesn't mean anything, but he actually, like, brought me into his office, sat me down, and he looked me dead in the eyes, and he goes, "What can MSAL do better?" And I was like, "Damn, you actually care about
I'm
my
about
opinion."
to fuck your life up.
I was like, "We definitely need to stop playing favorites."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because you have a lot of outstanding Marines who just sit in their room all day because they don't have, like, a personality.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the personality that your staff
They don't shine in a room.
They don't, yeah,
You know
they
what I mean?
don't blow smoke up people's asses. They're not show-offs. They're not, like, sometimes they're not even confident people, but they're competent people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you're just letting these people waste away because you are picking favorites.
Well, it's like a diamond in the rough kind of scenario.
Right.
Like,
Someone's not going to become confident unless you put them in a position and they succeed repeatedly.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do they say? You can build confidence with a bunch of small wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snowballs into arrogance. No.
Yes!
I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of
I mean, they did that a lot when I was there, but another thing is I always felt like in the military in general, like, not that the leadership was like, they just go off of face value and that's it. Like,
yeah.
and I'm like, dude, like, it would take you like literally 2 minutes to just think about it and be like, maybe things aren't as they seem. But then they always want to preach perception is reality. That's not true.
That is not true.
Facts and logic are reality,
Right.
not perception.
About this thing
Ask
called
any
truth.
magician. Ask any magician. All right.
Right. So, like, so Chris Angel's really a demon?
I remember watching a thing, like, he did a magic trick. And then he did, like, right after that, he did a frame by frame and showing how he did the magic trick. And I was like, it's so stupid simple that I'm a little irritated that it fooled me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's going on with this piece of shit, babe? I'm about done with this thing.
What, the vape?
Just vaping in general.
Well, you were just using it to quit, right?
Yeah. Now I'm down to 0 milligrams, and I'm not as agitated all the time as I normally am. Since I stopped, I mean... So it's getting to the point now where I think I'm just going to fully quit.
Might as well.
Because, like, right now I'm out of juice.
And you don't want to go buy more, probably.
Exactly. I don't see the point in buying more, because that's another month of vaping.
A healthy decision completely made based off of laziness. Because I don't want to leave my house.
Exactly. I got a podcast, and after this podcast, I got to edit the podcast. Well, not really edit. I've got to add the intro and the outro, and then convert this file to a file that will go into my video.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole
process.
thing, but it's gonna be dope. But we can talk about that after it's done. But yeah, what about you though? Where all did you go during your time on the MSG program?
Oh God. Well, in general, obviously, I did Afghanistan when I was in the infantry, and then after that,
I'm gonna say, did you want to talk about that? I know you said that you.
I've been there. I just don't focus on it.
Right.
So did that, and then my first post was Colombia, Bogota,
Okay.
which was sweet. It was
close to
sketchy
Ecuador.
sometimes, but it was sweet. I had fun there. I was there for 9 months, and they pulled me out early to go to IMSAL because I was a combat arms dude, and it was like the second or third group that was standing up that unit. So pretty much all the shitty rules that were in play by the time you got there were because of us.
Fucking twats.
Dude, we got in a lot of trouble most of the
guys.
time. So yeah. From after Columbia, they sent me to IMSAL. After IMSAL, I went to Nairobi, Kenya, and then Thailand. It was Thailand, then Kenya, and then after that, I did Ireland. And while I was in Ireland, I took vacation and I went to like Italy, Croatia, Germany. I went to Germany.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Colombia was fun, but there was just. First of all, I don't speak good Spanish.
Cocaine.
No, actually, I didn't run into coke. I mean,
right. It's because they're exporting it all.
it was around, but like I didn't.
It wasn't
it wasn't prevalent in their lives like that.
It wasn't on the tables like sugar.
Yeah. What was it? But I learned enough Spanish to get phone numbers and order food. That was
Right.
That was about
Thankfully,
it.
I took the 2 years in high school, and I knew basically that when I got there.
I took 3 years of Spanish.
Oh wow.
In high school, and I failed it twice.
Oh okay.
So I don't know how the fuck. So like the first time I failed it, I made it up in summer school, so that got me to Spanish 2,
I could
which
have 3 years of Spanish.
which I failed Spanish 2 and didn't go to summer school. I just took it the next year. I was like, fuck this.
Right.
So I did that, and then I was picking it up, and I don't know what it is. Speaking other language makes me feel like I sound retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like typically if you're not fluent.
Well, not that and there's nothing against anyone that speaks a foreign language, but I just feel dumb trying to pronounce this shit.
You're right.
And,
because
you know what I mean?
not fluent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were there, there was this terrorist group called the FARC that you're supposed to look out for. Like, if you go to a part of town and there's FARC graffiti, you're supposed to kind of try to, like, avoid.
What does that look like?
FARC?
Yeah.
Just type in, like, FARC Colombia.
Like FARK or FARQ?
FARC.
Oh. FARC Colombia Guerrillas.
Yeah, they're like
FARC Rebels.
Yeah.
Let's go to images here. Oh, that's cool. She's staring right down the barrel of her own gun. That's like the third picture that comes up.
I love seeing other militaries doing dumb shit.
Well, I mean, like
That's like basic things you should
the
not
bulk
do.
carrier group's gone and all that other stuff, but she's just looking down the barrel.
Yeah, that's still stupid. It's still
From
a
the
bad
business
habit.
end.
It's a bad habit.
Oh, yeah.
You should never be comfortable looking through that end of a gun. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I knew a guy that had his.
propaganda guys are really good. There's a lot of hot women in there. A little guerrilla force.
Well, they're Colombian women, so they're all hot. But we would go there and we would avoid like FARC bars, because if you go there, the bar's essentially funding terrorism. So.
Right.
But what was it? The girls there, the women are beautiful in Colombia, so that was awesome. But most of them are gifted with big butts and big boobs and stuff, right? Well, some girls aren't. So they feel so shitty about it because everyone else has it.
Mm-hmm.
They go get foam butts that they put in their yoga pants. And sometimes when they're walking down the street,
they start sliding.
They'll slide to the side, and they just have this fucking fake ass cheek on their hip. We used to take turns spotting them out.
That's
we
funny.
would drive around.
Well, that was like, so I forgot to mention that I also went to Thailand to Famfire while in Bangladesh, and then I also returned to an island in Thailand called Koh Samui. Or Koh Samui.
Koh Samui, I've heard of it.
Yeah, for vacation while I was in...
I remember you telling me about that once.
I think I was in Ecuador for that one. But when we were at the Famfire, me and I think it was Vasquez. No. We and one of the other guys from Bangladesh. We actually were counting ladyboys on the way to 7-Eleven and back. We got the seven ladyboys in 2 blocks. I also arrived to my hotel in a tuk-tuk. It was a 5-star Hilton.
And you got there. You're a brave man, dude.
Rolled up in a tuk-tuk.
The way those guys drive, cutting through traffic like they do, I'm like, dude, your life is literally almost gone every second you're doing that.
I've been on the back of my dad's motorcycle 120 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah. I suppose you're used to
on my way to high school.
that risk.
So, if I can live through that, I think I can trust some random guy who doesn't speak English.
When we were in Thailand, they do this really cool thing for their New Year. I was expecting it to be kind of like, because I'm an ignorant American, but at this point, and I was like, oh, their New Year's coming up. I'm going to see them walking around that big-ass dragon costume and fucking doing the little drum things with the rope and the ball. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I thought I was going to see a bunch of that shit and fireworks. No. Well, you know what they do? They have a big-ass, like, week-long squirt gun fight in the streets.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like, it's like after work, but people, they get pumped about it.
Fuck yeah.
They, like, open up fire hydrants and shit, yeah. And the guy had, like, a hose, and he was just sitting there spraying people as they walked past him. No one's getting mad at him.
That's
what they do. Yeah.
It's like the opposite of that, like, the dog sitting in the room. Like, this is fine. It's just like you get sprayed in the face with a hose. Like, it's fine.
But, yeah, so we would go out, because we were only allowed to be, like, on one kind of, like, area where our barber shop was, because we weren't allowed to go anywhere else, but we could go to a barber.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Priorities.
Right. So,
yeah.
we would hang out there kind of for a while, just enjoying not being on the compound or whatever. Right. So it was
fresh
fun.
air.
And then,
the lady boys looking at you like children.
The lady boys were ridiculous.
Out in force.
Oh. So, like, there'd be one who clearly put no effort into his setup. Right. You know what I mean? And then there'd be ones, we made friends with this Thai chick, and she was like, yeah, that's a lady boy. We got really good at spotting them, and I'm like, man, those surgeries are getting good.
Right. That also reminds me, when we were in Thailand, we also went to a Bangkok Hooters. So there was an actual Hooters in Bangkok.
Oh,
that was
really?
Like right next to our hotel.
Did they have boobs? I mean,
nope, no boobs, no butts, and probably like it looked like Bob Ross was drunk when he painted their faces. Like there was so much paint on them, like it was so bad. And like as they're like sweating because they're running around with people's wings and shit, like you could just see it just running
coming out looking like little melted geishas.
Yeah,
and
I'm
shit.
like, oh my goodness. Or they get close to you and you look up to them like, am I in a strip club or a Hooters? Like, why do you have so much glitter and fucking makeup? What the hell?
That's something I noticed though, in like almost every other place I've been. Them ladies cake the makeup on.
Oh, cake
it's insane.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of less is more. Like if
I agree.
I'm a guy. I'm ignorant to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if less is more is actually less, because sometimes like they blend everything so well that you can't tell that they have like layers of makeup on.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking about that the other day because like Brittany put so much effort into her makeup to make it look like she didn't put that much makeup on. But
really?
She spends like yesterday I think she spent like 50 minutes getting ready to go over to my Aunt and Uncle's, and like I love her to death, but to me, being ignorant as I am, it just looks like she put some eyeshadow on and some lipstick.
Yeah, but she probably did like
But
contour
she
lines
did
and
like
shit
all
that.
that stuff. Like I was in the shower the whole time, like hanging out with little boy, and then like peeking over at her, like, what are you doing? Like, what is taking so long?
You might want to clarify who little boy is.
Oh yeah.
Hanging out with little boy.
I have a pet bird. He's a cockatoo. His name's Ganymede, and he doesn't like to take actual showers or get anything whatsoever. So we just take him into the bathroom whenever we take showers, and we let the steam kind of clean him.
I was in the shower with a little boy.
Yeah, I was just staring at little boy while I was in the shower. I kept looking at her like, "What are you doing?" Like, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, maybe one of these days maybe that's what I should do for like one of my streams. Just it'd be Ganymede, like 5 minutes long.
Just a 5-minute stream, like
Just like a really small one. Like, you're like, what are you doing, little boy? What's your favorite treat?
You think he's gonna sit here long enough? You'd have to like.
I have to have
tie
his
him up
little bay like right here and be like, yeah. So I don't think the camera's like really close on his face. You just see the panic.
He'll just try to attack the microphone, probably.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should have seen him earlier, man. He was he landed up here, and I was like, all right, that's cool, whatever. And then he tried to he put his mouth here and like hung himself, like was hanging by his mouth, and like you see his little feet kicking as he's trying to get to the bottom of the laptop. I'm like, what are you doing? And he like pulls himself back up and he just jumps down. I'm like, no, get off here. I'm changing settings.
Yeah, I can hear him right now.
He knows we're talking about him.
So talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. He's like, say it to my face. Bald bitch.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Alright,
Break.
yeah, he's gonna go to the bathroom. Well, seems to be a common trend on my stream. Once we get to about an hour in, there's a bathroom break. But, yeah, if you guys watched for this long, I greatly appreciate it. We've just been kind of hanging out and telling stories, and last video we got a surprising amount of views, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you guys so much. I'm trying a couple of things with the quality of this video. So we got a better webcam, we've got a nicer microphone. I'm also going to do some editing and stuff to it, and we're going to keep working on things. I am going to take down, edit, and then republish our first podcast. Not going to change anything content-wise, not going to add anything content-wise. I'm just going to add an intro and an outro. That's it. But our guest should be returning here shortly. I just heard the toilet flush. So obviously it wasn't a poop. If it was a very, very clean poop, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. My butthole is efficient, I'll tell you that. Dude, just thinking, Rick and Morty is out again now.
Is it?
The new one, but they're only doing like one episode at a time, so I'm kind of waiting so I can binge watch it, because they're 30-minute episodes.
Speaking of, a new episode of SAO comes out today.
Oh boy.
And Woman's and I are going to watch that as soon as her ass gets home.
Well, there you go.
I know, I've got my plans now. Yeah, so how you feeling?
What do you mean? Good? I mean,
You want to keep going?
It's up to you, yeah.
I mean, I'm down. I'm not doing shit all day. You're the one who's got homework and stuff.
Maybe like another 30 minutes, and then I'll get back to
Okay. Yeah, I just want to keep
life bullshit.
Yeah, responsibilities.
Yeah.
Fucking ruining my life. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I'd like to go back to college, but fuck, I can't afford it.
You got the GI Bill.
So yeah, I got the college to be paid for, but I can't, like, for me, I have to physically go into a classroom. I have to get up, get dressed, go there, and do it like a job.
So,
and that has to be the only thing I'm doing.
I did night school. You can't work full time and do it?
I tried that.
No.
No.
No dice? Alright.
No dice. I tried that. That's why I dropped out the first time, because I realized that I was too tired for class.
Because of work.
Because I had to work in order to afford to eat.
to be fair, that's kind of what I did. Like, it kind of was the last straw with Columbus State for me, because I was going to school at night, and I was going to this math class where they just sat me at a computer anyways.
Right.
And the computer taught me shit. Like,
that's annoying.
Yeah, the guy wasn't even teaching me, and I was like, why did you make me come here? What, you know?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can take some core classes online.
Online is, dude, I would, if I were you, I recommend Franklin.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's way easier with my schedule.
Right.
So,
I see you put a lot of time and effort into it, and I don't know if I want to give up that much.
well, I mean, I'm not really doing shit anyways. So
Right.
it's as easy as getting on my laptop.
I think
You know what I mean?
what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get my disability started, which I'm doing. I tried to get that started the other day, but my VA benefits password expires after 180 days, and I set it up before I got out, so my password has expired. But their remote verification system is down, so I have to schedule an appointment and go into a VA office to verify I am who I am, so they can reset my password, so I can log into my VA benefits and start my disability claim.
That's ridiculous. Do you have all your medical records?
Digitally, yeah.
Alright, so put that on a flash drive or something and
Mhm.
take that with you. Go to like the Veterans Service Commission and have them make it for you. They could literally do it for you
Okay.
because I didn't do that and I got fucked.
Right.
So, which is fine. I mean, I'm
How much
not.
does that cost?
Huh?
How much does that cost?
It's free.
How?
The Veterans Service Commission?
Yeah, but how is it free? It doesn't make any sense.
It's just a group of people that are funded by the VA to help people like us navigate the VA.
Well, weird. Maybe they should take that money and then just make the
Make
VA
it easier
work.
for us to navigate?
Yeah, because now I'm just handing my shit off to somebody I don't know, who may or may not have good intentions.
No, you'll be there. And they have good intentions. Like, so, it's a meeting. You have to schedule a meeting with these people.
Now that I gotta wait.
It's a walk-in kind of thing. You gotta wait in the waiting room.
Oh, damn.
Life takes effort, Josh.
Yeah,
you
I
have
know,
to do things.
but I have things that I also have to do.
I know, but
Like-
you clear your schedule and do one thing at a time. You attack it. You know what I mean?
It's gonna take forever. But
It is, but
in a
it'll be
perfect
worth it.
world, I would like to do my disability, see what I get, and if I get high enough, then just use the GI Bill with disability,
School, yeah.
and then I can go to school full time, and then help just pick Brittany up, take Brittany to work, go to school, come home, relax, decompress, play video games, and then that way I can just literally my job is go to school.
I mean, and as smart as you are, I feel like it'd be worth it in the end.
Because one, if I
All
could,
you need is the education.
yeah, because if I could do that, then one I can get done sooner.
What would you do it for? What would
I
your
was-
major probably be? Computer science, you think?
Yeah, definitely computer science. I was thinking network engineering, like setting up and building networks, because that's something I don't know a lot about. I don't know how computers communicate with each other. I don't know about how routers direct information. I also would really like to know how a bunch of ones and zeros turns into pixels and information.
That would be. I never understood that.
And
either.
how-
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, well, yeah, that's just how it's all the information is stored, and then it gets read by the computer language, and then it turns it into something that we can understand. I'm like, yeah, cool, but how? How does the computer language know what these ones and zeros correlate to?
Yeah,
Because theoretically, I can take a whole bunch of wall switches and make a computer. Because
Good
that's
point.
all that a processor is a bunch of transistors, which are switches that go from
Mhm.
on and off.
Mhm.
Which in Minecraft, people have made working computers using just like it's yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I really
Doesn't
wish
make any sense
I
to
don't
me.
know enough about this shit to even come
Yeah.
up with something close to an idea. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's what I want to know. I want to know that stuff, but I don't know if I can handle that stuff.
Like, you could. You definitely could.
That takes a long time.
Yeah, but you just need like, as long as you're patient and you put the effort in, you'll be fine.
Yeah. But
Literally watched you put a bed together. You took a look at the directions, threw them over your shoulder, and then just built a bed in like 5 minutes. Which sounds easier than it is, because no, it was not a bed. It was a desk.
yeah, it was your old desk. I don't think you used that one, did you?
I got rid of it because I got tired of cleaning it.
Because it was glass.
It was glass and it was always
Yeah.
freaking dirty. And I
Every
was
time you put
like,
your hands on it, it's like,
yeah.
what are you doing?
So I mean,
I'll
playing
play
my
with your phone.
but I still got to finish that one desk I was making.
Oh, your hanging desk?
Well, it's not going to be a hanging desk. I'm going to pull it off the wall and then just put legs on it. You can get legs for like $40 on Amazon.
Or you can just go to IKEA and get them for like $7 a piece.
Are they plastic?
They're plastic or metal.
I'd rather it be metal.
Well, it's the same legs that I have on those desks.
Yeah, I want it to actually look like a certain way.
Okay.
And it's like $40 for
It's
4.
It's about the same price.
So yeah.
It's similar.
I like going to IKEA and just walking around.
I love going to IKEA because then I get my hopes up about all the things that I will one day own, and then I come home and I look at my bank account and I go,
College, man. I mean, I think it's stupid that we have to get a piece of paper just to get a decent job where they have to teach you how to do that job anyways.
Right. The piece of paper just literally gets you in the door.
Yeah.
You have to have this piece of paper that says, hey, I wasted 4 years of my life throwing money at an institution that literally is made to make money.
I
Not
actually
made to teach me.
I have a theory that a lot of companies don't hire vets, and that they say that they do. Like, they'll say that they're veteran friendly, but I have a theory that they're hesitant to hire vets because
We don't put up with their shit.
they don't think our experiences transfer over into the
Right.
civilian sector. So, like, for example, one of my bosses is like a master sergeant in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
Or a first sergeant or something. I don't know Army rank really well. But he was active for like, I don't know, 8 years. And then
Okay.
his wife made him go reserves, so now he's that. But now he's a unit leader.
Women.
Right? So I was talking with this guy I work with. This is like the perfect example. And I was like, I hope Tim gets, this job as the branch manager or whatever. Because I like him as a leader. He does a good job. You know what I mean? And he was like, he doesn't have the experience. I was like, how does he not have the experience? I was
Right.
like, he's been a high-ranking soldier for like years.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but that's not the same job. And I was like, it's not management? And he was like, you gotta manage budgets, you gotta... I was like, you do
Literally
all
that.
that shit.
Yeah.
You think he didn't have to manage a budget? You think he didn't have to manage manpower?
Right.
Payroll?
Right.
I mean, payroll is iffy in the Army, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but like supply.
But yeah, you still have to manage all your resources and
Right.
move them around, like,
And delegate.
And
which is a
delegate
lot of
tasks.
things. Which is a thing that a lot of people don't do. That
yeah,
have experience. They don't know how to delegate.
yeah,
They try to do everything themselves, and then they get themselves all worked up, and then they're screaming at people because they're not doing what you assume that they should be doing because you didn't delegate. You just assume they're going to pick this up.
mm-hmm.
Like, that shit drives me nuts. Like, Brittany's job, my goodness, the lack of leadership and management in that place is... It's tough.
I mean,
Because you've got-
I never hear her talk about work.
Oh my
so
goodness, dude.
maybe every now and then.
Like, she's getting yelled at by her boss, who she sees, like, maybe twice a week.
Why?
Because she didn't do... Because other people are fucking up at the front desk.
So
Not because
she's
she's
getting
fucking
yelled
up.
at?
That she's getting yelled at. She's like, you know I'm not a manager, right? You know I'm just
If they want to give her
service desk associate.
if they want to give her getting yelled at for other people's fuck ups responsibility, they
Then-
should pay her more money.
Yeah, pay me a manager's salary and give me the authority to tell these people that they need to turn their fucking
There
shit
you go.
around or I'm gonna write you up.
They make her a manager. That easy.
Yeah, it's that easy. But no, they don't want to pay her that. They don't want to give her the benefits of that. They don't want to give her the authority of that. But they want her to still do all of that. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then you've got the quite opposite with me, where they gave me a position, but then they still
Not paying you for it.
not paying me for it, and then I have no authority. I just get blamed when things go wrong.
I mean, I don't.
What?
Like, first of all, they don't pay any of the guys that I work with enough. They really don't. Like, my department is kind of looked down upon because they don't. I think people don't know what our day to day entails.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they just think, oh, it's it's less than what it really is. And then we don't get paid enough. And then if I throw an idea at my boss, it is like instantly ignored.
Oh, same
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
I'll
But
suggest
then
something.
3 months later, they'll do my idea.
Right.
Like, I just did, like, incepted it into his brain.
Right.
And then later on, he's like, oh, that's a good idea, I'll do that.
Well, no, it's like just the
Yeah.
other day. Like I got back, and like this is just how everything I say is instantly wrong,
Yeah.
and it's retarded to everybody I say. I come back and I go, hey, you guys mind checking out my tires on my van? I think they're starting to get bald. I might need new back tires.
Mhm.
And they're like, why? I was like, because it's
They're
only
bald.
the ground's just wet, and my ass end is sliding around.
Mm-hmm.
It's wet. It's not frozen.
Yeah.
It's wet.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he goes, oh, you're not driving it right. I'm like, So I just got quiet real quick. He's like, yeah, just slow down around the turns. And I was like, okay. No, I think my tires are bald. He's like, that van's like brand new. We got it like a year ago.
The tires aren't brand new, homie.
Hold on. No, yeah. Then he goes, we got that van like a year ago. And I looked at him and I would go, I've been driving this van for a year and a half. I've drove it through a winter. I think I would know when the tires are going bald and when I'm driving it too fast.
Yeah, not to mention you're a car person.
Right.
Like,
so they went out there and sure shit. They're like, oh yeah, they're getting they're a little low. I mean, they're still a little tire tread indicator. I was like, yeah, but they're hard rubber now because they've been heat cycled so much that they don't grip. They don't flex. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They're just sliding. I also think it has something to do with the oil change place because I think they pumped up my back tires too much because they did it by the specifications of the chassis, not the specifications of the tire.
oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, how hard is it to read the tire and just...
Well, some people, they just open the door and they look at what your PSI reading are supposed to be there. But
if you've had anything done to it, it's going to change, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had anything done to it. It's work van. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was it?
In my car, it's different, though.
I actually have 2 bald tires on my front end.
Yeah, I got
my work vehicle right now.
Oh, your work vehicle? Yeah, I got to get 2 front tires for Brittany because the front driver's side one has a constant leak and they're starting to get bald. So I'll be like at a red light and turns green. I hit the gas and I don't move. Because tires like little front wheel drive.
Dude, I remember talking to somebody from like California. Somebody that lived in a place
where it never snowed?
Where it didn't snow. And I told him that you could keep like sand or kitty litter in your trunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, A, it helps weigh down your rear end.
If it's rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, yeah. And then, well, that's the kind of car I had.
Right.
So, and I was like, and B, if you get stuck and you really can't, you know, seesaw your way out of it, then you could use it to get grip for your tires. I'm like, I don't believe you. That sounds ridiculous. And I was like, the Midwest is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like...
I live way too close to Canada.
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. Like, it'll be, like, in the hundreds in the summer and then in the negatives in the winter. Like, there's just a huge...
And the, like,
difference.
Spring is, like, a week long.
Yeah. I think we had a 3-day fall this year.
Yeah. Fucking... And then ice storm,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so much fun.
I mean, dude, I went to Alaska for a wedding a couple years ago. And those people are the most prepared to be cold people I've ever seen. And I'm like, why is, like, the Midwest not taking notes about this? You know what I mean? Like, why does everyone still go outside in t-shirts and shit? It's just as cold. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of, like, I went home, I started buying winter boots and shit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's my thing is I need to get, like, my own winter boots because I'm tired of walking in the customers' houses with my combat boots on, and then I have to get the $1 million question. Oh, did you serve? What branch? I'm like, dude, I just want to service your fireplace.
How can they tell though? Like,
usually they're veterans themselves. Because that dude, he looked at it, he's like, "There's combat boots," and I'm like, "Nah, I just put my dog tag on my regular boots." Like,
take your dog tag out. That might help you.
Yeah, that's too much effort. I gotta unlace all the fucking shit. And besides, they're not meant to, I'm not supposed to be working in them. I'm just working in them right now until I decide I need to get my own boots.
What are you going to do with them when you're done using them? You just going to, like, put them on display somewhere or something?
Why not?
No, it's that.
Those boots have been to every country I've been in. So
I still wish I had, like, my Afghanistan boots, but those, literally, I went through, like, 2 pairs of boots there because they all the walking.
Right.
And they just fall apart, dude, after so long of every day, all day.
Right.
You're just moving around.
And that's what's crazy is, like, I've had those boots since, like, 2013. And they look brand new.
Really?
Yeah. Like, other than the mud that's on them right now from when I went and did some gaslight stuff. But they look brand new.
I don't know. I was always really bad about that, like, taking care of my boots, though.
Oh, I didn't take care of them.
Because once you get a mark on them, it's not like they're leather. You can't shine them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That mark's there forever.
Well, once you scratch the leather, yeah.
Well,
I think the difference is mine are steel toes.
I never had those.
So I think with the steel toes, there's like more stuff in there, so it allows it to hold its shape and it doesn't like to cave in over time.
Yeah, they wouldn't. We asked for the steel toe ones while we were deployed, but then I mean it made sense. They were like, you can't have that because you walk too much. You're gonna rub your fucking toenails off. Have you ever hiked in steel toe boots? Like like miles and miles and miles. Yeah, it's retarded. You shouldn't do that.
I also ran
It's not good for your
CFTs in those
feet.
motherfuckers.
It's not good for your feet. But I had Bates lights, and those were like the best fucking boots I've ever had.
Oh, dude, I'd wear steel toes and do my CFT, and then I'd still be like third or fourth guy at the end.
Bad juju, man. Bad move.
Nah, because see, my idea was if I trained in steel toes and then got Bates lights for the actual test,
You'd be faster.
I'd be fast as fuck. But I was always too cheap to buy Bates lights, so I just kept running in steel toes.
It always kills me when I have to drop my... I'm sure you know I'm a pretty cheap dude. So, like...
I tried to be too. On some things.
On something.
Not when it comes to car parts or gaming things, but...
Well, yeah, that's one of those things you can't really...
Yeah, most everything else, though.
Yeah. I'm not a big clothes buyer either. Every now and then I might get... If I need something.
Most of my clothes are gifted to me. Otherwise, it's like Walmart.
Dude, yeah. Like, my coveralls I've been super pumped about lately. Like, those were a gift. Because the guy didn't want them anymore. No one can fit in them. I'm a pretty skinny dude, so I got them. And it's pretty much the best fucking thing.
They're amazing.
For winter, yeah.
The only thing I don't like
I'll have to try on the shapers that you have.
I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, But, I'll have to try that on just to see what the full body one looks.
Yeah,
feels
if you
like.
want to wear it on Monday, I'm not gonna need it.
I'm not gonna wear it at work.
Why not?
I can't wear something like that at work.
Why not?
Uniform.
Wear it over it.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can wear mine because it's black,
right?
And then I can put like my coursing coat over it and all that stuff. So
that thing's like a full body coat.
that would be weird. I'll have to do it like one of those days when I go outside for a minute.
Like for a
see
cigarette.
it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I wear a t-shirt under there and I'm still warm. It's dope.
I did. I wear long. I'm actually wearing my long johns right now. Yeah. Sealing in all the juices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, really seals in the flavor. You seen that?
Yeah, that's where
Stop thinking about sex.
That's what I was.
That's probably one of my favorite videos of all time.
Really seals in the flavor.
Really seals in the flavor. I fight crime in a rubber suit.
Dude, what was the one? Oh man, it was the Where Are the Other Drugs Going? That one that he does.
Oh, where are the drugs?
The silly drugs.
All right.
Yeah. Call it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This was our hour and a half with the DJ Smathers. Appreciate you doing this with me, bub. Until next time, you guys be good. We're pretty good at it.